Fertilization. Double fertilization is one of the most specific character of the angiospermic plants, and that is what we are going to discuss now. So let's start the topic double fertilization. So this is a fertilized female part, stigma style, and this is ovary. When pollen germination takes place after pollen pistil interaction, that it is a compatible type of pollen, then pollen must be germinate. If it is compatible and all conditions are favorable, then pollen must be germinated. And male gametes reaches to the egg apparatus despite of its path of entry into the ovule. It has to reach to the filiform apparatus because filiform apparatus guide the pollen tube to enter via it. So it ensures the exact fertilization process. The exact fertilization process that a female gamete must be fertilized. The female gamete in this figure is the egg, that is this one. This is the female gamete. And the polar nuclei also behave as female structures, but polar nuclei does not behave as gamete because when male gamete fuses with it, it turns into a triploid structure. So therefore, this is a highly guided type of programmed event. And now we start. So, inside the embryo sac, how it enters, the female gamete enters via filiform apparatus. It is very clear now. After entering, the antipodal cells going to be degenerate. And the two synergid cells also degenerating in the same method as the antipodals are degenerated. The only structures which are remained after this entry is the egg and the polar nuclei, the egg cell and polar nuclei along with the two male gametes. So what happens next is that all antipodals are degenerated and two synergids are degenerated. Now pollen tube enters via this, and as it releases the male gametes, the red color indicates the male gamete, the wall is completed and tube is broken. And in most of the cases, flowers after this process, flowers try to contract itself and shed off the non-essential parts of the flower. So this is the egg, that is female gamete, and this is the male gamete. They fertilize together. Here the wall opens and it enters, and here the secondary nucleus. Now you have to look here. The two polar nuclei combine together to form secondary nucleus, and secondary nucleus involves another nuclei combination from the male gamete, and this is now triploid in nature, having 3 sets of haploid chromosomes, that is triploid. And this is syngamy. This is called syngamy. When male gamete and female gamete fuses together, this is called fertilization, and more precisely this is known as syngamy. Whereas when polar nuclei and male gamete fuses together, this is called triple fusion. And this is also, since what happens that two fertilization takes place, and these two type of fertilization takes place simultaneously without any delay, without time distance, they take simultaneously, and therefore this phenomena, this type of activity is known as double fertilization. One fertilization is taken here with a single male gamete and single male and female gamete, what it is also known as syngamy. Whereas the other fertilization takes place here with the two polar nuclei and one male gamete. This is called triple fusion, and both events are, since fertilization, these are fertilization process, therefore it is called double fertilization. And this is the peculiar case and peculiar characteristic feature of all flowering plants, exactly. Now this structure after syngamy converted into diploid structure, and now it behave as a zygote. And embryo development takes place from this cell, this fertilized cell. And here this one is called, since it has a triploid set of structures of their haploid content, triple fusion. After triple fusion, this structure, the central cell, and this structure, this nucleus particularly, converted into primary endosperm nucleus. That is PEN, primary endosperm nucleus. And this primary endosperm nucleus is responsible for the formation of endosperm. और ये जो सेंट्रल सेल है ये है प्राइमरी एंडोस्पर्म सेल, मदर सेल हो गई, ठीक है. नाउ दिस इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ एंडोस्पर्म. एंडोस्पर्म प्रोवाइड न्यूट्रिशन टू द डेवलपिंग एम्ब्रियो, दैट इज द जाइगोट का डेवलपमेंट होगा, एम्ब्रियो में कन्वर्ट होगा, एंड दिस एंडोस्पर्म प्रोवाइड द न्यूट्रिशन टू द डेवलपिंग जाइगोट एंड एम्ब्रियो. इन सम स्पीसीज all the endosperm is consumed by the developing embryo, whereas in other species some part of endosperm still remains. जबकि ये पूरी तरह से मेच्योर हो जाता है तब भी, तो वो बाद में यूटिलाइज हो जाता है. सो उस स्ट्रक्चर को हम एंडोस्पर्म के डेवलपमेंट को हम पढ़ेंगे पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन इवेंट, बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट द फर्टिलाइजेशन इवेंट. The formation of endosperm and type of endosperm and the development of embryo is the post-fertilization event, as there are formation of seed, fruits. These all events are post-fertilization events. This is proper fertilization event. Proper fertilization event में क्या क्या है? Entry of pollen tube, जो कि pollen pistil interaction का last portion है. उसके बाद male gamete की एंट्री, और मेल गैमेट की एंट्री के बाद सिंगैमी, दैट इज प्योर फर्टिलाइजेशन, एंड द अदर फर्टिलाइजेशन प्रोसेस जो कि ट्रिपल फ्यूजन भी कहलाता है, एंड दिस इज द डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन. इससे रिलेटेड कोई भी क्वेरीज हो तो आप मुझे पूछ सकते हैं. थैंक यू वेरी मच.